All right, one out of every 15,000 babies is born with a genetic disorder called Prader-Willi Syndrome. It's the most common most common genetic cause of life-threatening obesity in children.
Next Thursday, parents of kids with PWS are asking you to help out by getting out and running a 5K with them before sitting down for your Thanksgiving meal. Our own Jason Grinauer is emceeing the run and recently talked to organizers.
Joining me now, Rachel Fisher and Julie Fogey of Harvesting Hope. They are putting on a turkey trot, a family 5K race walk this Thanksgiving in the morning, which raises money for research into Prader-Willi Syndrome. So let's start with Rachel. How did all this come about?
Yeah, in 2015, my son was diagnosed with this very rare syndrome, and we felt pretty powerless looking ahead, knowing that it was incurable. And as a mom, that just didn't sit well with me. So I decided to initiate a fundraiser, and having been an avid runner, thought, the best thing to do might be a turkey trot. And so here we are.
Sounds good. And Julie, hosting this race is significant because of the hallmark of PWS, this rare genetic condition.
Yeah, that's right. So the hallmark feature of Prader-Willi syndrome is actually an insatiable hunger, which means that people with PWS can sit down to a Thanksgiving Day feast and leave that table just as hungry as when they sat down. At its peak, they say it can feel as though you haven't eaten in 3 days. So if you can imagine as a mom thinking about that for your child, it's just, as Rachel said, something that we weren't willing to sit by and do nothing about. And this was the best way we could do that. And the benefit of that really being on Thanksgiving is that it provides a tradition for our kids outside of that feast.
And Rachel, how is the money or whatever the benefit of this turkey trot? How does that go towards that ultimate goal that you as moms have?
Well, we actually volunteer, and we donate every penny that comes in to a foundation that's been established for research for Prader-Willi syndrome. So every penny goes to the foundation. And they were, I think it launched in 2003, and since then they've given $13 million for groundbreaking research. And we've actually seen that translate into a clinical trial that our son participates in, and it has unlocked amazing potential for him that we didn't know existed. So that's how it's helping.
Wonderful. And I'll let this last one be kind of a free for all, whichever one wants to take it. A little bit different this year because of the pandemic and what's going on. Tell us what people can expect.
I'll speak to that. We've actually created multiple events this year, so a number of people can participate at their comfort. We have a virtual event that is global and nationwide, and we feel like that's a great opportunity for people to come out and, with their families, immediate families, maybe wear a funny turkey hat, maybe make a finish line out of toilet paper, gas, and just really have fun with it. But then we also have the live event, which is, what we've traditionally hosted for the last 5 years. And it will be a smaller race, socially distanced, and we are following all protocols by the CDPHE, the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, and are staying closely tuned in case any of that changes. But that's what we're doing it. We're stretching it in many ways and at much smaller participation rates.
Sounds good. Well, you guys will be there. I will be there myself. I have a personal family connection to all of this. So signups are available. Rachel and Julie, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
And the Harvesting Hope 5K again is Thanksgiving morning with in-person start waves every half hour from 8:30 to 11:30. And then there's a kids race after that, but you can also run a virtual race. Sign up and learn more at harvestinghope5k.com.